here is Vesterinen.
Good morning.
We come from University of Helsinki. And today our topic is agency in an extended learning environment. And especially students are acting accountably in a gardening project. And our aim in this study was to explore how students' agency, especially accountable aspects of agency, manifest in out-of-classroom settings. And more specifically, our aim was to investigate how agency emerges in an elementary school project where learning activities take place in a garden plot. And our research context is a small village school located in southern of Finland. And in this school, this community has been for a long time a mission to develop their pedagogical practices for promoting participative forms of learning and as well as using more action-based methods such as learning by doing. And also they have the aim to integrate more nature-based education and nature-based activities in their learning activities. And in spring 2012, there was conducted a gardening project in that school, and during that project the students took part in designing and building the vegetable and flower plot as a part of their curriculum-based learning. And this project related to environmental and nature studies, and the learning goals consisted content like food production in relation to the seasonal cycle, and the life cycle of plants, and healthy food habits and nutrition. And now Olli will continue and tell a little bit more in practice about this project.
Yes, so the learning activities during this 3-day project included something like planning and designing the plot with pen and paper, molding and cultivating the ground, decorating the plot with tiles, sowing the seeds, that was the highlight of the project, and watering and so on. We have a short video about this, so let's have a look.
Kannattaisiko tänne reunankin? Mun mielestä siellä täällä joka puolella tulisi myös kiviä.
So, there is the plan where to put
Sitä voi sitten viimeistellä.
Kyllä.
They empty the compost. Really important part.
Sitten pikku on tuolla kellarissa, tuolla takanakin on niitä vielä.
And then molding the ground. The tiles are bringing some organizing elements there. Every day something like 1 to 2 hours they were with this project during the 3 days. Then there was the time to sow the seeds. As you can see, the garden plot was really close to the school building. And seems like all the students participating were busy with things there. And finally it was time to water. Yeah, some perspective of what was happening there. Of course, then summer came and they took care of the garden too, but this was what we were highlighting in
And in our theoretical background, we rely on socioculturally oriented research field on agency, and following some authors in this research field, we have defined agency as acting authoritatively and accountably, emphasize being more accountable aspects of agency. And following some authors, we can see that acting accountability is taking responsibility for joint work and learning, and it usually requires opportunities to take initiatives and make decisions while acting. And
so a few words about the method. The participants were 8 5th grade students. There were altogether 21 students in the class. 4 girls and 4 boys, so they are age of 10, 11. The data consisted of video and audio tapes, photos, observations and field notes. Analysis followed the progressive refinement of hypothesis and proceeded as series of cycles during which questions were posed. And Mariana will tell a bit more about the analysis.
It focused especially on the third day's learning activities, and as a unit of analysis we used a meaningful act, including speech and actions. And we started our analysis process first by finding out general themes in relation to agency, and after that we defined an analysis framework for accountability, and then classified meaningful acts into these categories, and finally formed main categories. And then the results.
Yes. The findings are on 2 levels. The first will be individual level, accountability on an individual level.
Okay, let's look at how accountability manifested on an individual level. First, it manifested as verbal initiatives, as in positioning oneself to take charge, for example, by taking roles. Second, it manifested as initiatives, as spontaneous actions. And in excerpt 1, you can see how the students positions themselves to take charge of single tasks through action and verbally. And we'll let you read this by yourself. And this excerpt dialogue relates to the situation when the students and their teacher have just come to the gardening plot. And in collective level, accountability manifested as mutual accountability and constructing the kind of group expertise. And more closely, it manifested as initiatives to negotiate and share responsibility, for example, by asking questions which increase other students' engagement with the task, and initiatives to make decisions, and also initiatives to ask and give help and to consult or guide others. And in excerpt 2, you can find some evidence how students' mutual accountability and group expertises were constructed. And this dialogue relates to the situation when the students are finishing their work in the garden plot. I don't read this, but in these underlined sentences, these underlined sentences maybe reflect some way that by asking others and guiding and by decision making, the students actually are accountable to others, and they also are accountable for each other's learning. And what in terms of knowledge, content knowledge, and of course in terms of how knowledge how to work in this kind of environment in the plot context.
It's interestingly the collective decision making here, Mika and Lauri having this way of suggesting and asking and then go ahead and so on. So that was. But then we come to conclusions. First of all, the analyzed episodes of the gardening project are just part of the wider study, and in the wider study we have been interested in the learning paths of students, especially in these out-of-classroom activities. But our study gave evidence on how agencies exercised, negotiated and distributed between the participants, and maybe as an extension to some earlier research, the out-of-classroom setting was also becoming evident.
Yeah, and we have so that the study also gave us some evidence how accountability can be constructed without speech actions. And in our follow-up studies, we are aiming to take more into account what is the role of teacher in this kind of educational settings. Ta-da! Thanks.